It's been so long, but we are back and we are getting ready to embark on a new journey. I am pretty excited about this new journey, and I think you all are going to be pretty excited to follow along. So let's hop right on into it. So, we are here to discuss my journey to retirement or work optionalness. I cannot wait. So, we are on the journey to retirement. Right now, we're looking at about 23 months, and it is quite an audacious goal, but I know that I can do it. I have always had the goal of retiring at 30, and I definitely plan to retire within the year of 30. So it won't be exactly on my birthday I'm retiring, but it will be within that year of 30. I feel like the forces are against me a little bit, and part of the reason that I want to document this journey is because I want to have it for myself, honestly. I think that it could be very inspirational to a lot of people to see how I go through this process and how I go through this journey, and to, if anything, give people a little bit more to live for. I find that I've seen it, and it can some capacity can fall into the trap of work, home, home, work, and not necessarily having a life that's fulfilled or a life that's with the purpose that you identify for yourself. I am on this journey to do the things that I want to do when I want to do them and to retire. So that's a little overview of what this looks like, and ultimately understanding that richness is a mindset. While I will have obviously the funds to retire, I am definitely stepping out on faith of being that money will come. And if I do the right things with the money that I have today, then I know that I will be setting myself up for success in the future. And if I continue trekking down this path of doing what I want to do when I want to do it, that I will see some type of monetary result and I will be financially okay. So let's get into some of the other things that I know that you all kind of want to hear about. So that way it's not just like, yeah, okay, girl, you gonna retire. Hee hee ha ha, me too. No, I'm actually going to be doing this. So right now I have about $180,000 in my investment account. So my goal for the next 12 months, if you will, here is to get that to 500K, because I feel like if I can get that to 500K, my overall number for retirement is $1.15 million. And that is crazy. Oh my gosh, that is crazy to even think of, but I know it's attainable because in my mind, if I break it down to 500K this year and 500K next year, then all I really need is about point 0.15 million. Honestly, I feel that that's the goal right now, because that will allow me to have roughly about $5,000 a month in income pulling from my investments. Even if I get to $1 million, that's probably more likely than not like what I will have per month. So I think that I'm okay with that number and living off of that with my investments. And then I only need to cover 30 years with my investments, and then my 401k and all that information. A good jazz of things will start to kick in. I have thought about it in terms of how long have people in my family kind of lived to, and roughly around 75-ish is where I see the trend. I am not waiting to I am 60 to retire and then only having about a good 15 years, if that, left to enjoy my life and do all the things that I want to do. That's not happening for me. I want to experience and enjoy and live life that I want to live, not waiting till 60 and I'm just working through the rest of these years. I don't see myself doing it for another 30. That's a little crazy in my opinion. So I'm not doing it. So in the short term, 12 months, if you will, the goal is to get my investments from 180 to 500K. And I definitely believe that I can do that. So let's kinda talk through what the plan is going to look like. It's a little out there, but we're gonna do it. So, one is through UGC content. I've definitely done that in the past, and I've generated some income from that. I dilly-dally, like, I haven't really been taking it super serious. I took it serious, and I was like, "Wow, okay, I'm making some income here." But that also was around the time where I was thinking about quitting my job because I needed to move back home. We've moved back home, things have been fine, and then I kinda just let that go by the wayside. So, definitely getting back to that business and really 10Xing it and doing what I need to do in that space. Travel, I did become a travel advisor last year, and I am so excited about it. So, like, throughout the latter part of the year, I was just doing, like, a lot of my certifications and really studying and really trying to understand the background inner workings of the industry and being a travel advisor. So I am a travel advisor with Fora Travel Agency. So super excited about that. And I definitely plan to 10X that business going into the next 23 months. I booked my first commissionable trip yesterday. So I'm super excited about that. And I definitely see the possibilities of making this larger revenue income stream. So that is one thing that we're going to do as well on this journey to retirement. I also have been trading since college. I started in the Forex market. However, I have been transitioning over to options trading and taking classes with Fidelity and really trying to understand what that looks like. And I am so excited to get into that. I have stocks that I purchased and just kind of like been owning as a part of my portfolio, and I'm looking to the ones that are gonna be stable. I plan to do some options on those, doing covered calls, working through that strategy, and then also doing cash secured puts. So that's my next thing with options, and I definitely think that that one has the potential to really be the bulk of the income that kind of goes from 200 or 180 to 500K with my investments. So I'm really excited and interested to see like where that goes. And I've definitely been putting in a lot of time into that. If anyone is looking into investing and really want me to talk a little bit more about that, just drop it in the comments and I definitely will. I'm by no means an expert. I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, but this is just what I am doing for my financial status and setting myself up for success here and really working on the dividend ETFs and things like that. I've been doing a lot of research into that. So that's what I plan to do in the space of finances and becoming like a little finance girly. So that's gonna be cute. It's gonna be fun. We'll see how that goes. Honestly, it's a game and all of this is just like hee hee ha ha jokes, good times. But if I get this right, I'm literally living the life of my dreams and I cannot wait. So I'm as much of a observer and spectator to this process as you all are, so that's kinda gonna be the theme of how we gotta move through this journey. These goals matter to me personally, like, I don't see myself being happy and fulfilled by just working and coming home and then, like, scrolling on social media, like, that's cute and that's fun, and I definitely got a lot of information from my time being on social media, and I am interacting with social media in a space of, like, putting up content for people to watch and so on and so forth, but, like, there's so much more to life, and I want to travel. Like, when I think about retirement, like, let's just talk about what retirement means to me. Retirement means financial freedom. Retirement to me means being able to do what I wanna do when I wanna do it. If I want to go on a world cruise, I'm gonna do that. And I'm gonna be financially okay to do so, like, even when you look into what that looks like and what the cost is to be on a cruise for that long, I think I could do it, and I think it's a lot of money, but then I look at the value. I don't have to worry about housekeeping. I don't have to worry about buying individual plane tickets to go to different places that I wanna travel to. I don't have to worry about food. I get entertainment. I'm able to interact with people, like, it's a little community on a little cruise ship. One, I love cruises, so that's a thing for me. But I'm like, "Okay, I see the value in that." Wanting to do those things when I want to do them. I get about a month of time off options, maybe a little bit more, but I don't wanna have to use all of that for me having to say, "Okay, if I go on this Royal cruise, then that's all that I can do with my vacation time and my time off options, and what if I get sick, or what if I just wake up and be like, 'I don't wanna go to work today?'" I don't wanna have that stress, that worry. I'm not a huge hiker, but all of a sudden I'm getting into walking, and if I wanna go do a Camino de Santiago, I wanna be able to wake up and be like, "Okay, Imma go do a Camino de Santiago in about 2 months," and work on where I'm gonna go, where I'm gonna stay, and planning that trip out, and, like, letting that be the fulfillment life for me. That's what retirement looks like. Retirement looks like doing what I want to do when I want to do it. If I just want to interact with horses and volunteer at the stables all day, then I want to be able to do that. For me, retirement looks like living a life that is truly fulfilling and where I'm interacting with my hobbies in a way that feels genuine, that feels authentic and fulfilling to me. And it's not like okay, well, I'm only gonna go for an hour, and I understand that I can still do those things, and it can only be for an hour because that also is gonna be a part of my journey. Like, on this journey, you're gonna see me talk about how I'm gonna go volunteer at horse stables or how I'm gonna go volunteer at the library, how I'm looking into different travel experiences and going to see the Northern Lights. Like, that is definitely gonna be a part of my journey because I need to be able to see what retirement looks like, even if it's in a small micro way. However, it's just gonna make me work that much harder because if I see it in that small microwave, like, "Man, this is great. I enjoy this. I wanna do more of this," but then I'm going to work and, yeah, I'm supposed to be working 8 hours, but next thing you know, I look it up and I didn't work 10 hours that day or 9 hours that day, and I'm not necessarily having the energy to do all the other things. If I wanna just sit down and puzzle all day, I'm gonna sit down and puzzle all day and not necessarily confining the things that I really enjoy and like doing to the weekends. That's what retirement looks like for me. And we're going to see what that looks like in little bits and bites. But that's also a way for me to test out what retirement looks like on the larger scale. Also, understanding that while I will be on this journey, definitely plan to retire. I definitely plan on bringing in some additional income, but that to me is what makes this plan that I'm working on work optional and retirement based because if I don't do anything, I'm still gonna be okay, and that's what I look for in retirement. Like, if there's so often we see people who do retire and they go pick up a part-time job or they do different things to bring in additional income for themselves. Like, I'm so excited. This is great. So what can you expect after all of that? You can expect me to post a video every week. Comment and let me know what type of videos you want outside of this journey. Like if there's a particular video or that you want me to make or something that particularly interests you, say like, okay, well, how are you working through options trading and learning through all of that? Like I have no problems doing additional videos, but the majority of my videos will be specific to my journey going through retirement and what that looks like. The highs, the lows, the questions, how I am working through that process. That's what this series is going to be. And if there's anything along the way that you want more information on or understanding a little bit more about how I've done it or I'm working through doing it, comment, let me know. I have no problems putting a video out there like that. Some I already have in the pipeline to do a video on Fidelity and how I'm learning and taking through their classes because that was something that was asked of me. So if you ask me, I'll put the video out there. I'll just work through the timeline of putting that in my schedule so that way I can get that out to you all. I am super excited. So that's kind of like what we will be covering going forward for the next 23 months. I will be doing a video every week. Really count on it being every week, like it is on my channel, on my banner. It's every Tuesday. You can expect a video from me on my journey to retirement in the next 23 months. Oh my gosh. So, yeah, we're on this journey together. It's a learning experience. There's definitely things that I don't know, and there's definitely things that I've thought of and how I'm putting that into practice and what that will look like for me. But all in all, keep in mind, this is my journey. This is what I'm doing. I understand the world is crazy. I understand that this is turbulent times. However, if I continue to wait, then I'll be waiting forever. I can live with trying and failing, but I can't live with failing because I never tried. So that's going to be a part of the journey to retirement. And I'm excited to go on this journey. I'm excited to document it. I'm excited to have this digital library to refer back to and be like, man, I really did it. Or dang, I failed, but it was a fun journey and I learned so much. And so many people were able to get inspiration, or either it's going to be inspiration or it's going to be lessons learned of like, don't do this as you start to go and embark on your journey of what retirement or work optional looks like for you. So, thank you all for tuning in, and I will see you all next week. Bye now, rich people.